Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, teachers, and friends, let me introduce myself. My name is Deswita, and today I'm going to tell a story about the legend of Tangkuban Perahu, or what we know as Sangkuriang. Once upon a time, in West Java, there lived a wise king who had a beautiful daughter. Her name was Dayang Sumbi. Dayang Sumbi really liked waving. One day, she was waving a cloth. Suddenly, one of her tools fell to the ground. She was very tired at the time, so she was too lazy to take it. Then she just shouted, "Anybody there? Bring me my tool, please. I will give you a special present. If you are female, I will consider you as my sister. If you are male, I will marry you. Please bring me my tool." Suddenly, a doll named Tumang came. He brought her falling tools. Dayang Sumbi was very surprised. She regretted her words, but she couldn't deny it. So she had to marry Tumang and leave her father. And they lived in a small village. Several months later, they had a son. His name was Sangkuriang. Sangkuriang was a handsome and haughty boy. Sangkuriang really liked hunting. He often went hunting with his arrow, and Tumang was always with him. One day, Dayang Sumbi wanted to eat a deer's heart. "Sangkuriang, would you hunt for a deer today? I want to eat a deer's heart so much," said Dayang Sumbi. "Of course, Mom. Everything you want, I will give it to you," replied Sangkuriang. "Tumang, where are you? Come on, we have to hunt for a deer." Then Sangkuriang went to the woods with his arrow and his faithful dog, Tumang. But after several days in the woods, Sangkuriang couldn't find any deers. They were all disappeared. Sangkuriang was exhausted and desperate. "Oh God, where can I find a deer? I don't want to disappoint my mom." "Oh, I know." Then Sangkuriang called Tumang and he killed him. Sangkuriang didn't know that Tumang was his father. At home, Sangkuriang gave Tumang's heart to his mother. "Sangkuriang, are you sure it's a deer's heart? You can't lie to me. It's Tumang's heart, isn't it? Why did you kill him?" said Dayang Sumbi, full of anger. "You naughty boy!" She hit Sangkuriang's head. Sangkuriang was wounded. There was a scar on his head. She also expelled her son. Sangkuriang left his mother in sadness. Many years passed. Sangkuriang became a strong young man. He wandered everywhere. One day, he arrived at his own village, but he didn't realize it. There, he met Dayang Sumbi. At the time, Dayang Sumbi was given an eternal beauty by God, so she stayed young forever. They didn't know each other, so they fell in love and they decided to marry. But then, Dayang Sumbi recognized the scar on Sangkuriang's head. "Sangkuriang, why there is a scar on your head?" asked Dayang Sumbi. "Oh, when I was a child, my mom hit me in my head," replied Sangkuriang. Dayang Sumbi was really shocked. She knew that Sangkuriang is her son. It was impossible for them to marry. But Sangkuriang wished that they married soon. She told him, but he didn't believe her. So Dayang Sumbi made a very difficult condition for Sangkuriang. "Sangkuriang, if you want to marry me, I have a condition for you. I want you to build a lake and big boat in one night. I need them for our honeymoon. Can you do that? What? Impossible! But it's okay. For you, I'll do it, replied Sun Kriang. At the time, the genius of the spirits helped Sun Kriang to build them. By midnight, Sun Kriang had finished the lake while building a dam in the Chineran River, and he continued to build a big boat. It was already down when he nearly finished it. Meanwhile, Dayang Sunbi kept watching over them. She was really worried when she knew this. So she made the lights into S. Because of the light, the troops thought that it was already down. So the troops went home and left Sun Kriang alone. Sun Kriang, look, you can't finish my condition. So that means you can't marry me, you know? Said Dayang Sunbi. You cheated! You made the lights so bright my troops go. Because of that, I can't fulfill your condition. Said Sun Kriang. Sun Kriang was very angry. So he kicked the boat. As time went by, the boat turned into a mountain. Therefore, later it's known as Tangkuban Perahu, which means a boat upside down. Well, what a tragic ending, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the messages of the story are always be honest and think first before you act. That's the end of the story. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.